Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. When this was announced, social media, social media kind of popped off, especially my little nugu circles that I'm involved in. Miss Sohee from Alice, the Sohee from Alice, who kind of took social media by storm when Alice came back with Dance On last year, has released a solo project song in a way, titled Yoyo, featuring K hip hop artist XINSAYNE. Haven't heard of XINSAYNE before. Not really too invested in the K hip hop scene. I'm trying to change that very slowly but surely, and never heard Sohee's stuff solo. Typically, it's just been Alice and, well, formerly known as Elris tracks. But Sohee on her own, haven't heard her yet. So, this seemed intriguing. This seemed to get a very good reception from people around the world. And I am curious. So, let's just go check this one out. Unfortunately, it's a vertical video. And, oh, actually, you know what? We can do this. Let me... Let's do this. Oh. There we go. That's not scuffed at all, but that's fine. We'll run with it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. No English captions, but that's fine. Oh, that beat kicked in quick. Okay. This was not the direction I thought this was going to go. It's definitely not written to be a pop song. It's interesting how they mix the song, because like the little yo-yo motif in the chorus is definitely one recording that's being played back, because it's mixed differently. Very interesting technique. XINSAYNE was right in that beat though. It's a fairly quick-paced song. Interestingly, Sohee's parts are very slow compared to the beat, and it's like, it's keeping the beat reined in, I think. Because once XINSAYNE was on the beat, he was riding it. It felt so quick. You know what that yo-yo part is going to be is an earworm. It's going to be in here real quick, because it's so repetitive and it's really easy to remember. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh. Ooh, quite like the little synth interlude at the end there. I wish there was more of that throughout the song. It's a good synth sound for the type of sound that the song went for. Okay. Interesting. This wasn't the kind of sound that I expected, to be honest. Well, actually, I didn't know what I was expecting because I didn't know about much about this project at all to begin with. I think it's definitely one of those things where it's like you can tell it's a collaboration piece because it's pulling certain bits and pieces from both artists. Like I reckon the beat was probably suited, at least in my opinion, the beat was probably more suited towards that hip hoppy type sound, which is perfectly fine considering the feature artist being a K-hip hop artist himself. It makes sense why. And like you can tell that whenever XINSAYNE was on the song, he was like comfortable on the beat. Like, let's go back to that feature part. There. You right up blow 누군가 놀라가기 위해 버는 게임의 room 어디 탑에 사람들이 모여 다른만 가져가는 대로 따라 들어가는 게임의 꿀 그 동굴 안에 표지판은 언제부터 다른 너를 자꾸 내게 걸나 전에 말도 빠에 관두게 낚이시 더 많아게 내 앞길을 바꾸려 하대로 Like the beat is fast, but when his flow kicks in, it feels even faster. And it's because he's at least his verse within the song was one of those where it was his what do you call it? His accentuated syllables within each measure of the music was at a much faster increment than your typical like downbeats on your 1, 2, 3, and 4 within the measure. So here we go. We'll get music nerdy a little bit here, but You right up blow 누군가 놀라가기 위해 버는 게임의 room 어디 탑에 사람들이 모여 다른만 가져가는 대로 따라 들어가는 게임의 꿀 그 동굴 안에 표지판은 언제부터 다른 너를 자꾸 내게 걸나 전에 말도 빠에 관두게 낚이시 더 많아게 내 앞길을 바꾸려 하대로 So his flow essentially is just a constant 16th note run from beginning to end, which means, so if you take a musical measure or a bar, in this case, typically broken into 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. XINSAYNE's flow is essentially cramming in 16 syllables into a 4 beat measure. So 4 syllables within a beat, 16 beats within a measure. That's why it feels so quick. Because it really is quick. There's a lot being crammed into a very short length of music. But then you get Sohee coming back in with the vocal part of it, and it's her like singing speed halves XINSAYNE's rap flow first, and then halves it again once she gets into the wait for me motif. So it's exactly half the speed of what the first like her transition line is between XINSAYNE's verse and her like chorus section, and it's playing a lot with like the rhythm and the, I guess flow is the right word for it. Yeah, like it's playing around with the speed and the pacing of the flow a lot. And so it's differentiating between the slower melodic section and the quick, like, rapping section of it. And I think that's a cool touch because it separates the two styles apart. And by having Sohee kind of, like, transition it by increasing and, like, decreasing the speed of the flow within her vocal lines, it makes for, I think, a pretty clean transition between the two sections. I'll be honest, this isn't my type of music, per se. I don't hate it. I don't dislike it. It's just not the kind of music I would go and, like, listen to, like, go out of my way to listen to. It kind of gives off a little bit of, like, I don't know, it feels like a, like, arcade racing game menu song for, like, sections of it. I don't know why it gives me that. I think maybe because I was watching a documentary on like Wave Rider, the arcade game. and like the music behind that. But yeah, not sure what I expected going into this, but I don't think it was this. I'm surprised by it. I think there's some interesting things about it. It's not my favorite song, and I think that's okay. It's always good to see more Alice content though, whether it be solo or in groups, because they are, still are, and have been criminally underrated for years. Like Elris was underappreciated, and I think Alice to an extent, even though essentially it's every single Sohee fan cam in known existence went viral on social media last year when Dance On dropped. I think the group still does not get enough recognition, and I don't know why. Just not. They have such bangers. They just haven't broken through yet. All I'm hoping for is that we actually get an Alice comeback this year, and it matches, if not exceeds, Dance On in terms of quality and just virality. Because Dance On was so good, but it did not hit for like, it did not hit the mainstream as much as I think people expected it to, at least in my nugu circles. But hey ho, that's the kind of beauty of nugudom, isn't it? But anyways, that's it for me today. Thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy and want to see more channel icon is up there. You can find the back catalog of stuff I watched in the past. Drop a subscription if you want to keep up to date with whenever I upload new videos. And if you want to watch another video mine right away, YouTube recommends you watch that video down there. And until next time, bye bye.